Why is repealing a law so hard? Have you ever wondered why some laws seem to stick around forever, even when they make no sense? Repealing a law is not as simple as it might seem. It involves a complicated legal and political journey that ensures any changes to the rules are carefully considered. When a law is created, it goes through a formal process that includes debates, amendments, and approvals from various branches of government. To repeal a law, you have to follow a similar path. This often means introducing a new bill or even a constitutional amendment. Both of these must pass through the legislature and, in some cases, get the green light from voters. This rigorous process is in place to prevent hasty changes to our legal system. At its core, repealing a law means officially canceling it. This can happen in two ways. One way is to pass a new law that clearly states the old law is no longer valid. The other way is when a new law conflicts so strongly with an old one that the old law is considered overridden. However, courts usually avoid assuming that a law has been repealed unless the conflict is crystal clear. Because of this, explicit repeal is the preferred method. One major hurdle in repealing a law is that many laws have supporters who are politically influential. Changing these laws can face pushback from those who benefit from them or who believe they are still necessary. The legislative process is lengthy and involves multiple steps, including committee reviews, debates, and votes in both chambers of the legislature. Sometimes, the governor's approval or a public vote is also required. This multi-step process can slow down repeal efforts significantly. Now, let's think about those strange and outdated laws that seem to hang around forever. These quirky statutes often survive simply because no one makes it a priority to remove them. Lawmakers might not even be aware of their existence. To repeal these odd laws, someone usually has to first point out how absurd they are. Then, they need to convince legislators or the public that it is worth the effort to get rid of them. Sometimes, these laws stick around because they do not cause immediate harm or controversy, so they remain just overlooked despite their silliness. If you want to get a law repealed, there are practical steps you can take. You can introduce a repeal bill in the state legislature. Another option is to use citizen initiatives or referenda, which allow voters to petition for a law to be repealed or changed directly. Raising public awareness or working with advocacy groups can also encourage lawmakers to take action. If the law is part of the state constitution, proposing a constitutional amendment is another, but more demanding, route. Repealing a law is hard because it requires formal legislative or constitutional action, overcoming political resistance, and often gaining public support. This complexity explains why many unusual or outdated laws remain on the books, even when they seem unnecessary or amusing.